My name is Joiel Setik. I'm from the beautiful island of Chuk. I am the project director under Micronesian Resource Center One Stop Shop. Micronesian Resource Center is a project of Menyelu, a nonprofit organization that empowers and educate children and their families facing adversity to change their life for better forever. The Micronesian Resource Center, we provide informational and educational resources to migrant families that move to Guam and make their transition to Guam a little bit more easier by providing accessible resources and information.
So, how
Mhm.
does your work contribute to addressing violence against women?
So how the Micronesian Resource Center contribute to addressing violence against women is we establish partnership with various groups like the Guam Coalition Against Sexual Assault and Family Violence, or victim advocates reaching out, or different groups like that to provide accessible, informational, and educational resources dealing with prevention of violence in general, and also provide needed assistance to victim. A project that the Micronesian Resource Center participating with the Guam Coalition is strengthening island families as community advocates, or also known as SIFCA project, which includes a series of workshops that were conducted in Pohnpeian and Chukis to the Pohnpeian and Chukis community about family violence, sexual assault, and cyberbullying. The Micronesian Resource Center also works closely with VARO, as I mentioned, the victim advocates reaching out in providing interpretation and translation services to victims from Guam here. Sorry, to victims from FSM here on Guam. The Micronesian Resource Center also have informational and educational workshop that contribute in addressing violence against women in some sense. We have the migration orientation or the migrant orientation, also called half a day orientation. This workshop shares essential resources that are available on Guam to the migrant population, to victims, and to the general population. It covers information about the laws and about ways of living that might be different from the neighboring islands from Micronesia, and all the information and informational and educational workshop that are conducted from the Micronesian Resource Center are absolutely free, and they can be conducted in the four languages of the FSM, or the Federated States of Micronesia. That includes Chuukese, Yapese, Costrayan, and Pohnpeian. And lastly, the Micronesian Resource Center will be part of a project with the Guam Coalition and Gumamami called the Prevention Resource Outreach and Awareness, or the PROA project. This is a very exciting initiative that will be including boys and men in the community to talk about prevention ways, or ways to go against or tackle violence against women. And we're very excited for this project and to initiate this project to continue to empower communities.
What can people do to help, especially your organization?
Um, as I mentioned a little bit about promoting or being participating in projects or initiative like the upcoming PROA project, which is the Prevention Resource Outreach and Awareness, the PROA project, which includes boys and men in the community to prevent violence against women. Projects like that, or working together for bring out awareness, education for women, for men, about resources to go to if they're victims, or ways to be able to promote advocacy in the community.
Why should
Also,
people be concerned about this topic?
it's very important culturally for Micronesian. We honor and cherish love our women in our lives. I believe, coming from my own perspective, that influential factors like alcohol, drugs, and the migration into new society, or the confusion from cultural clashes, it blurs out the cultural value of women in our lives. And it is very vital for us to continue to advocate and eliminate the misconception of power and domination over women. And by doing this, by doing projects or by working together with nonprofit organization or within the community, to really talk about the importance of living together in harmony, by despite of our ethnicity differences, our religion or age, especially our gender differences.
Just out of
Mhm.
curiosity about the founders, how it came to be that this organization got started.
Yeah, definitely. So, back in 2016, that's the inception of the Micronesian Resource Center. But before that, there was a big need of the community on Guam, as a concern where um, Guam as being a um, hub for migration pattern from the Micronesian region. Hence that there's island hopper, right, that goes through the islands and then it comes to Guam or it goes to Hawaii as one the first U.S. territory where people will seek the American dream. So Guam has been seeing a lot of the migration patterns. So when people move here, they don't know where to go. They don't have anywhere to go. They don't speak English as really well. So, the Department of Interior, in the United States, the federal government, they want to fund something like a one-stop shop where migrants can go to and then get the need that they need needs that they help them to settle on Guam. So they created the Micronesian Resource Center one-stop shop on Guam, and then in Hawaii, they created the We Are Oceania. So that's our sister organization. So we're funded by the Department of Interior, Office of Insular Affairs, and our main focus is to provide information and educational resources, helping families to settle on Guam, or as they migrate to have like a better transition instead of coming here and then not knowing what to do because they will be more vulnerable to becoming homeless or not getting the needs that they need and they struggle in the long term. So our office is here to help those that are migrating in the islands, and the closest islands are the 4 states of the FSM, including also Palau. But we don't have interpreters from Palau yet, but the Palauan community on Guam are very good. So they are a close-knit community on Guam, but the 4 states of the FSM, it's a little bit more separated. So they create this Micronesian Resource Center to be like the resource center that help those community, give them the resources or help them navigate through all these different agencies and make their transition a little bit easier. Despite if you're even been here for like 10 years, there's still like the first generation of migrants, they don't speak English so well. So we'll be the ones to help them with applying for healthcare, applying for social security benefits and all that things that will help them.
How do the people that come to Island, how do they hear about it? Is there something at the airport? Like when they come, how do they know that the organization's there for them and that resource is there?
So we've been working on delivering our information to the different islands. Even here on Guam, there's still families or pocket communities that they need the help, but they don't know that we exist. So we push on social media. We do door-to-door knocking here on Guam. And then back in the islands, we have some of our staff that went for vacation to visit their families. And then we're like, clock your hours and then just bring some brochures and then meet with the airport's management or the migration offices where they issue passports so they can display our brochures. So we have brochures at the different airports in the FSM, and then also here at the airport here on Guam when they are the arrival area. There's like a little bit a little spot right in front when you come out, and then you'll see like resources where people can pull up brochures with our number, our Facebook information. And yeah, but the biggest one so far is our social media push, being hence that technology is very advanced nowadays. Even in the islands, internet is it's getting better in the islands. So we do all of our social media push. We target our social media push about our information and our services in that area.
Wow. No, I love that, and I think that you all are hitting on the main places. That's why I was curious about the airport, especially that language
Mhm.
capability and having materials in multiple languages. I'm really interested and curious as to what your personal story as to why you chose to get into this line of work and into be at this organization.
My passion is to how can I help my people, right? Um, Hence the media on Guam always showing the negative side of Micronesia or Micronesians in general, and when I found out about the Micronesian Resource Center, it was like man, I really want to be part of this organization. How can I be part of it? So I applied, and um it was just like a dream come true when I became a caseworker here at the Micronesian Resource Center because there's so many projects that they initiate to empower the community, empower youth, empower the picture of Micronesia. Uh, as Micronesian, how can you contribute to better the picture that the media has been displaying as Micronesians are always in the news, are always, they don't go to work, they're doing this all negative, right? So being part of this organization gave me the opportunity to at least put my color, that my paint in that picture of um, helping and promoting in a positive way. So yeah, it's really about passion and it's really about helping the community, especially the love of the community that I'm from, being from the island of Chuk, and Chuk here on Guam, just one of the dominant population from the Micronesian region. And I just want to be a voice and also a way for bringing hope in a positive way to my community. So yeah, it's really around the love and about the passion of helping and promoting the image of Micronesians.